Today is the first time we get to go back to the track after a long winter. I brought more tires than I think I will need. I have varying grip levels. We got some cheap Amazons, 615Ks from Falcon, and then we've got some 225 Exta V30s. We can test varying tire pressure and physical grip from the size and compound of the tires to see what we like. Get everything loaded up. Let's head on down to the track. Yeah, buddy. Just showed up to the track. I already heard a few tire screeches when I showed up. Let's get this guy set up off the trailer, warmed up, swap out some of these tires, and get things going. Probably have a driver's meeting, I'm not sure. Maybe they already had it. I'm about 30 minutes behind. I think I'm gonna go with the least amount of grip starting out. The Seller is on there, a little all season. Probably just go down on tire pressure. If they're at like 25 PSI, I'll just start there. And then we'll move up with more and more grip as the day goes on. Got this thing up on the jack. Let the tires spin up in fourth gear. Got the temps up for the oil. So everything's got at least a little bit of heat in it. The fire extinguisher, I got it some way secure into the car. It's sitting in my truck right now. Got that fire extinguisher installed right there in the center. Now we know if we have a fire, we can at least be, you know, prepared. That would be unsmart to not have that in there. All right, well, time to go shake off the jitters and get the first couple laps out of the way for the season. Should be pretty good, but we'll see how I do. That's the real question. That was a success, boys. The car, even on these all-season Amazon Acceleras, feeling pretty good. I think I might have to take the top off. Decided why the heck not and take the top off the car. Starting to chunk up some tires, that's for sure. This year, with the amount of power and speed I'm going, I can only get a few laps in before tires start to give out, so sticking it to 1 or 2 laps and then going through the water pit to cool everything down. I don't want to blow the motor either.
Yeah, that's hot.
Well,
yeah.
I know you enjoyed that shit.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool, dude.
And we are back. It performed just as it should. We went through a ton of tires, probably more tire than I wanted to go through. I wanted to cover a few things that I think this year I can address and improve on the car to make it just that much better. This is my breather, catch can. It does not recirculate back into the intake, but what I've found is I've only got one line coming off the valve cover. Probably taking more laps than I need to while I'm on track, because we have the fortunate situation here at our local track where there's not a ton of drivers. So we can get seat time all day, and we can just keep going lap after lap after lap without even coming off the track. And it's really hard to tell yourself, do a lap, maybe two, and cool your tires down. The situation that I'm having here is I'm pushing oil through this catch can, and this catch can is literally a $20 Amazon situation, but it'll fill up. I mean, the whole thing's like 4 inches tall, but it will come out of the filter and just get this area a bit oily. At first I thought it was the power steering, but nope. And you can actually see there's some wet oil right around the base of it. I really need to improve the catch can situation on the car, and what I think I'm going to do, delete this ABS pump module, clear up the space and put a bigger catch can here, block off the vacuum port there, and run another 10 AN. So I'll have dual 10 AN lines to a larger catch can to prevent this thing from overfilling and putting oil into the engine bay. You know, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. You know, you get this oil in here, you've got the hot manifold. It's just ideal to get that situated and cleaned up. Situation 2, try and achieve a little bit more angle. Not a lot, but I have some issues where I'm running into some things that's preventing me to hit full lock. Let me take a wheel off and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so if we take a look inside this wheel well, we got two things. Well, one, you can see kind of some of the oil that's been coming down from that catch can. Issue 1, we are contacting the front sway bar with the tire. And kind of the same situation back here. You can see that the tire is touching the frame and this brake line holder here. I'm limited on angle because the tire is contacting things before I can actually hit full lock. So what I'd like to do, I would like to get a destroy or die upper control arm. That control arm has adjustable upper ball joint location like I have on the lower control arm. I've got a adjustment for the lower ball joint, and I am actually fully seated inward. But if I can bring the bottom one out, all the way out, including the upper control arm, which will also help me maintain the correct alignment specs, 4 degrees of camber. This car does not require a lot of camber to have a nice flat tire at a 75% turning angle to keep the tire flat. So if I can do that, that'll push the tire further out away from the frame rail as well as the sway bar. And I think that's enough to give me whatever it may be. Maybe it's just 5 degrees, but those extra 5 degrees would be ideal for making the car as good as it can be for what I have. The one issue that I'm going to run into, you know, I don't have a lot of clearance here. I'm almost maxed out as far as poke goes. The options would be to raise the front of the car and basically have the tire poking out once I do that to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. Another option, I could raise it a little bit. I could also maybe cut this, maybe just a 1/2 inch, you know, just enough to where I could fit the tire and not run into the fender. They do not make a whole lot of options, you know, off the shelf for the MIATA as far as a super wide body kit, except for what you see with like Rocket Bunny and stuff, where it is a bolt or screw on flare, and I kind of just don't want to do that. I've tried to stick with the stock looking flare just blended into the car. I really like that look without having an additional flare just kind of bolted on. That is the game plan. Hopefully I can get those things situated. Other than that, I have some really awesome opportunities coming up here early April. I'm gonna try and get as much footage as I can of. It's something that I've never done before, but I'm really nervous and excited on how it's gonna go. So until then, stay tuned. I don't wanna say too much just yet. I kinda wanna just go through it, experience it, try and get as much footage, make a video for you guys, and then if things continue through the season, I think it'd be really cool to bring you guys along to show you what something like that is. And I know I'm being very vague. Anyways, car did great. Few little bits here and there that we just got to tidy up. Try and get this thing into a competition to see how I do as well as the car. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.